Hey, but you see them, the Steelers too. I'm like, hold on, bitch.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
We got this.
Look at these niggas. Because I upgraded my roster now. Like, when we started the season, that dude was 81 across the board. Now we 85 across the board.
We was 87 across the board, and my team lost our overalls or something. I don't know what happened.
How the fuck that happened? But you
They went down two overalls on defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz.
I got that boy Levy on
And his first pass is incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to
party though. I do it after that.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he's upended after a gain of 2 after the 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
82.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Sony Michel, his first carry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Throwing now is
Damn,
Wentz.
that's me, dog.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got his man, it's Eifert. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3.
Oh, they playing with me.
Interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Ready to break.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go. You tighten up.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 37-yard line. Here we go. Set. 15, line up. 15 line. You ain't going nowhere. Get.
Now Saquon Barkley. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Oh, shit.
Here we go. 10 Nova.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. Would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. We're scoreless after 1.
Go. Lady. We own it. We own it. Shoot. Sunday. Check 3. Watch the safety creep. What's that?
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Check 15. Check 15.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz.
Throw it!
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles are usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes.
She wasn't even
Back
looking to
at
throw.
about the 43-yard line. The former star of the
What?
University of Buffalo, Khalil Mack. In there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside.
Oh, that's
the
my
15.
linebacker, man.
And all the way
That's
in
my
for a
linebacker. I
Miami
had switched to play.
Philip Dorsett, his third touchdown now on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Right, let me stop playing what you're doing, bitch.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Bitch, I was gorgeous.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
All right, then. Let's go.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. On third down, Michelle. He'll have a first down past the 40. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On the ground, this is Michelle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
7 yards of carry.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
From just shy of midfield, Wentz, and he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. 46 down, man. 5-4.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Ready? And 2 start.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight.
80 weapons. Snap.
A quick throw here out to Brown. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Ready.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Ready. Go.
Back to throw now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
What? That shit breaking up. Ah, fuck. Nigga can't even hear your ass, bro. And then you fucking cheesed out the game. Bro, I can't even. No. This nigga done cheesed out the game. Hell no. I can hear you now. What you mean? How I'm scared? Cause you scored one touchdown, bitch. All right, come on then. Let's go. What you gonna do? Damn, bro. This nigga here, dog. You need to figure out what's going on with your Wi-Fi, bitch. I don't know how your shit glitching though. Your shit had the lag right there, cause we couldn't even hear your ass. Tripping. We couldn't even hear you, bro. You sent it? Get it. There you go. This nigga, dog. Now my stream gonna be long as fuck. And the shit with me. And that's good. That's good. Why shaking? Alright, here it come then. I'm gonna stop playing with your stupid ass. Alright. I just be fucking with you, bitch.
Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Fighting for the jaw, 38 fighting for the jaw. Third say, bitch, I got to do this shit. Ain't no ifs, ands about it. Got to do it.
Ready, set.
I'm not the number one in my division.
Here we go.
Patriots
Hey,
the number one.
Foxtrot.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man complete.
This shit ain't even letting me fucking turn around.
Before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted.
I'm about to say, dog, I'm tired of this
Picked
shit.
off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danny Shelton able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing is Wentz. That's complete to Slayton. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Check three, check three, check three. Great. What's this done? What's this done?
Following the penalty, Michel, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Trying to make you bite in.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I didn't know.
On play action, it's Wentz. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. They'll run on first down. Michel, and he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Michel, and he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point try good by Gano, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
I don't even never have Wi-Fi on.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
I got the damn receipt inside your own end zone. You've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you.
Bro,
that may have been what happened on that play.
You said the internet.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rally to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Go for that shit then. Nutty. Nutty nigger.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it here. He gets it to Brown, complete.
They made me spin around, dog.
Just before the 35.
Nigga made me spin around.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Good running from Barkley there on 1st down as he'll get forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Another example right there.
Bro,
this defense really is winning the entire game.
Go for Trout. Throw that nigga on the go. Throw his ass.
They're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Because we already on your ass.
In there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We already on your nutty ass.
So quickly, Charles, what could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
And
you change the blocking
schemes.
Maybe you
Let's go.
Protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean.
Let's go.
But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability and a sack resulted. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves
I
him
read that
very,
play a
very
couple
well.
times.
What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. Now this time, Wentz will throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Wentz now to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike, check. Grade 15. Let's go. We got this. Hey, Zoo.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go.
He got number 20 out there, dog. We didn't react. You know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Woo!
And he'll take it into the end zone.
Ooh, the rookie said, I got you, bro.
Touchdown.
I got you.
Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Bills will add on to their
Catch the
lead.
ball.
Now, that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increase
out his
their
range,
lead.
and he had reacted.
You
That's
know,
the
the
best
extra
thing.
point. And that'll make the score 14-0.
You got to slap it to the ground. If you can touch
And
it
they
again,
will
you
not
can
get
pick
a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's get better, y'all. Let's get better here.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet.
And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter
Lawrence.
Lawrence. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
50 seconds for Mike. 50 seconds for Mike. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Hey, check Mike, 50 seconds.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39.
Already my best corner.
Touchdown.
Already my best corner. Play that shit like a motherfucking
Partner, what we just
Super Bowl.
saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up.
Right.
They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited.
I was fucking
defense
around.
gave up a big play. Instead, they
Right.
created their own big play
Shut
with a
the
pick
fuck up.
6. This one may
Take
be
your L
over.
like a
Yeah,
champion.
it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're
Right,
wondering
coming back,
if it
right.
is over already.
Right, you better stop me from scoring forward.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Right. Come on then, fuck. Then let's go. What we waiting on? Yo, don't try to understand. You tell you on my ass.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next
Already my
drive.
best
And
corner.
some
I told you
dangerous
that. Go over
territory.
there.
Already down 3
Not
scores.
go over
A
there.
3 and
Keep
out
going
here,
over
or an inability to put any points up.
Go over there, bro.
This one might be
Not
over
do
by
it.
half.
Yeah, and what you
do it.
also have to guard against is calling every
do it. You better
play
throw the
for
AB.
a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And that's nowhere
better
to
get out.
escape.
And he goes down.
You gotta do something.
Khalil Mack in there for
Shit
sack
serious
number
these days, you know what I'm
85 of
saying?
his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Hey, Orvis. Ready?
Looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right,
Try.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome
go
everyone
fight.
back for quarter number 3.
Fault.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
I'm saying when
Well, conventional football, Football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out.
Bro, why they not running, bro?
Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check 99. Check 99. He's coming. We got double up. We're done.
Down Michelle. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line.
You crazy, bitch. I was finna cut up on you, boy.
Minus 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. Again, it's Michelle. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. They get him to the ground.
Hey,
right
me though, I had a play when I shot it.
After a pickup of 5 or 6.
I just shot past it.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Shit. That's a good move, though. Shit.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Kill. 22-jet bomber. Hey, jet that.
Now it's Barkley. And this one goes
right on that
nowhere.
nigga leg.
Losing yardage back at the 22.
He mad. He like,
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
You hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, that's a good play.
He's going to have his running back.
This nigga not even paying attention.
They got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Complete to Dorsett. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
Hold up.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
This is going to be intercepted.
Yes, sir.
Good position.
I got Super Bowl MVP.
And a big turnover there.
Super Bowl
His
MVP,
guys
that
will
man
get the
said.
Football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out.
He's got daylight. The 40. He's at the 30.
Like, where that boy at?
10.
Let's say it.
5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Sonny Michel, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Blow your nutty ass
One
out.
play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Don't I know that name, Victoria Powell? Sounds familiar, though, don't it?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly because they're not even over 100.
Oh, appreciate you. That boy got MVP in the Super Bowl, bro. What y'all was thinking about?
34.
Yeah, hey, cut on that boy. Let's go.
This D wanting to put it away before
I got
we even
Super
get
Bowl
to the
MVP,
fourth
bro.
quarter,
You know that
widening
man just a
margin
count
bit
push
further.
over.
And while they
Bro,
won't just
push
empty
over
the
something,
bench
man.
just yet, if you're a backup,
You think, bro,
start
push over,
loosening
bro?
up. I think you'll get a
Bro,
chance
it's
to
not
play
no
before
push
this
over,
one
my
is
G.
over now with that type of a cushion.
Not no push over.
Extra
bro.
point try good by Gano. Back now in
my ass.
Buffalo.
Right.
Where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff.
Sorry to say, you're
following
not
the
on my
score
ass
of the
anymore,
final
my
play
brother.
of the third quarter. Gano out to
The
kick
ass
this
is in the
one
other
away.
hand. All right.
And that'll carry over the
Bro, you
back
had
line of the
7
end zone
points,
for a
bro. How the
touchback.
hell? That game, bro, the other game started off the same way. Like, what you talking about?
The
No,
Dolphins at
bro,
the
you
line ready
started
for their
off, you
next
scored
drive.
first.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game. But
It was
it's
straight
gotta
in
be
your
important for
ass.
one reason, isn't it?
It certainly
You
is.
scored
gotta
first in
get
that last
points.
game,
And
bro.
okay, all right, I'm
Just 'cause
being
you scored,
facetious here.
it took you a
But
couple
get
quarters. You
points,
just
feel a
said
little bit
that.
better about yourself
Nah, it
as
ain't
you
that
move
no
on
more.
to the next
Talking
one.
about.
2nd and 5. He's going to air one out.
Picked off them. Thank
And
you.
my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this.
Right.
You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this
Hold
level.
on your ass.
So
Nah.
when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Check 43. Check, cross.
Come on, bro. You always take every year, all year to.
And it's Michel once again.
Michelle, get out of there,
Not
boy.
much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
59, Mike the 59. Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
He may try and run for this. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Play you. He gonna play you.
Now this time he'll look to throw. forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Here's Wentz to throw. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take the right total at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Calm down, y'all. Call the play, bro.
On first down, Michel.
He like, nigga, get off me.
Times here today.
Y'all better keep playing, bro.
Tackled by Leighton Vander Esch.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to
fight on the wrong side.
And flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
I've been seeing it.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Completes it to Hardman. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now Wentz. Flushed out right.
This shit just
and seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
What he said?
Come on now, let's go.
What has been a one-sided.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And they will run it with Michel. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. Michel going to try again. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Let's go, defense.
Hey, Foxtrot.
59, Mike, 59.
Wentz going to throw.
That's me.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Talking a little outlandish.
Through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
You know, I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
5'9".
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Wentz now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together.
What is he doing?
What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
Damn, that's sick.
So for Buffalo, was up as a major contender.
Yeah, nobody was there to